Hello and welcome to Chair Yoga Plus. Today we're going to focus on using tension and the release of that tension to build our strength. Join me as we practice Chair Yoga Plus. We begin in our chair sitting tall. Roll your shoulders down your back. A little engagement in the shoulders, so pulling them back just a teeny bit, pulling the belly in a little bit and sitting tall. And let's breathe. Nice deep diaphragmatic breaths here. Slow exhales. Taking a moment to breathe in our practice builds the strength on the inside, giving us the energy for our practice. And we'll begin our tension by tapping today. And tapping is gentle, so it's just a little bit of tapping on the muscles. So we start with the arm at the top of the arm and tap down the back side of the arm all the way to the hand, maybe even the back of the hand here. And then turn it over and let's tap the palm and come up on the inside of the arm. Let's do that again, same arm. Stimulating a little circulation in our skin. Now notice, does that arm feel warm and energized? Let's do the other arm. So we hold it up and we just start at the top, gentle taps here. Flip the arm, back up the inside. Again. Good. Well, roll the shoulders down your back. Take one hand and just tap on the back of your shoulder here. And then release it, the other shoulder. And release it. Let's tap the legs so we come down. I'm going to extend my leg out just a little bit. Start at the top, front side of the leg, and then the side of the leg, and maybe the back of the leg. Now on the legs, I can tap a little harder. I don't know about you, so give it a try. See what works best for you. Same leg, one more time. Good. Now pick up the foot if you can. Tap that bottom of the foot and place it down. Good. Other leg, let's extend it. Below the knee, side of the leg, back of the leg. One more time. Now, if you can only reach this part, go for it. Tap where you can. Back of the leg. And maybe pick up the foot, tap a few times on the bottom of the foot, and pause. I feel warm already. Building that energy in the body. Let's take a nice deep inhale and draw the energy in the room now right into your core. Releasing the hands and pause. We'll begin our tension release with our face. So we're going to scrunch up our face and then release it. So let's start with the eyes. Squeeze and open wide. Again, squeeze the eyes, closed. And then open wide. Let's open our jaw here. And close. Good, very nice. Bring the shoulders up and release them down. Squeeze them up there towards the ears and down. One more time like that. Great, beautiful. Tilt your head to one side. You're stretching in the opposite side. And release that back to center. Other side. And release it. One more time. And release it. Good. Cat-cow here. So the tension's in the core. We draw the core in. Open up through the back side of the body. Tuck your chin. And release it. Sit tall. Let's do it again. I'm going to turn a little more sideways so you can see what it looks like. One more time. And sit tall. And now we'll squeeze our glutes. Squeeze your glutes and release them. Squeeze the backside. It almost kind of helps you rise up a little and then release it. One more. And release it. Lift the heels and release them down. You might even release them down with a little tap. That's good for the bones. So if you've been watching my videos for some time now, you know of all these things I say today. I've said many times before. So tapping, jarring the bones gently builds bone strength. That little bit of tension. Let's lift one foot, place it down on the floor. Lift the other foot. That's why walking is such a good exercise. So on a beautiful day, get out there, take a little walk. Even if you just take a short walk, the benefits are so great. Movement in the body and that little bit of tension in the body and the bones and the muscles. Let's take another nice big inhale. This time we're going to twist to one side. Creating the tension now in the ribs, bring it back to center. Over to the other side. Now I'm bringing my arms up. You can just as easily swing them side to side gently. What works for you? We just want to twist, create a little tension in the ribs, release it back to center. Twist, create that tension now on the other side, and release it back to center, and float those hands down. Circle your wrists, and circle them in the other direction. Creating a little tension in your hands, squeeze and release. I'm going to do both at the same time today. Squeeze and release. One more. And release it down, sitting tall here, and take a breath or two. I'm going to stand next. In Chair Yoga Plus, we do a little both sitting and standing. You can always stay in the chair. Now, if you're sitting in the chair, you're going to just extend one leg and take one arm out and do the thread the needle like this across the body. If you're standing with me, you're going to place one hand on the chair, walk it back so your body can be at an angle towards the chair and you've got this big space in front of you. We inhale, look up, tension, exhale and release across the body. Really reach so that you create tension in the chest and then release. Let's do it again. Big inhale, exhale, reach, 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 release. One more. And release. Let's do the other side 3 times here. Thread the needle. Tension, release. Tension as we push that hand to the side and release it down. Now this is a little different than some of the other classes we've done because we're pausing and releasing to allow that energy to flow in the arms there. Very nice. So now we're going to face the side of our chair, one hip towards the chair, one hand on the chair, just a palm on the chair if you can today. If you need to grip the chair, just be mindful that it's an open hand grip so that you use the chair for balance. We take the toes and we step them forward, to the side and back. Now when you step it forward, you create a little tension in the front of the hip, to the side of the hip, back into the glutes again. Now to work on balance, you can hover the foot and just circle it all the way back, release it forward, and circle it back again. So whether you're tapping or circling, you're going through the range of motion in your hip, creating tension and then that release. Other side, so I'm going to turn around so you can see what it looks like. Start with the tap. And if you want now, hover and circle, or continue the tapping. Last one, and bring it down. Good. Very nice. Standing tall, let's do our crescent stretch here. So bringing the arms up as much as you can. Press palm to palm today. And we're going to lift up now. If you feel you need the chair for balance, you place the hand closest to the chair on the chair, flat palmed, and you're going to reach out over that head, over your head. So we're going to do crescent stretch here. We bring the arms up. Now, if you need the chair, you just place an open palm on the chair. Lean towards the chair. If you are using both arms, it looks like this. And try to get the arms back alongside the ears here, creating the tension in the upper part of your ribs. Bring it back and release. Let's do it again. Same side. Stand tall. Exhale as you fold over. And then take an inhale here. Fill the ribs, create that tension. Exhale and release. So we'll do the other side. So you might start out like this. One arm, you lean towards the chair, feeling your balance. Other arm comes up. Exhale and release back to center. Inhale, exhale. Inhale again here so that you feel the ribs expand, creating tension in the upper ribs. And then bring it back to center one more time. And back to center and releasing the hands down. Come to mountain. We're going to come into a lunge. So we're going to face our chair and we'll step one foot forward, the other foot back. Now I like to, in my lunges, keep that heel lifted, creating a little tension in the calf muscle. If you need to put it down, you put it down, right? Bend into the front knee, but keep the knee behind the toes. So just glance down, make sure you can see your toes. Here's our lunge. Lunge position 1, 2, 3. Now to help with the balance here, draw the ribs towards each other, right towards the middle of the body. Feel a little squeeze in the pelvic muscles and the inner thighs. And we're going to take this to a twist, so bring whatever leg's back, bring that hand to the chair, take the other arm down, back, and as it goes behind you, turn in that direction. You don't have to turn far, you'll feel it. Feel that twist in the ribs and the belly. Now lower in the ribs, and then we bring it back up. And if you want to work on balance, you just hover the other hand. And we reach back as we twist. And then if you want to work on balance, you lift that hand. And then place the hand down, come back, lunge. One more time here. And up. And then we'll bring the hands down to the chair. Now everybody put your back foot down, straighten the front leg, and lean towards the chair in pyramid pose. Now how deep your pyramid pose is up to you, but what you need to focus on is creating that tension in the back of that front leg. Just drawing the energy up, pulling the hip back a little bit to be in line with the other leg, with the other hip. So we pull this energy up that front leg, pulling the hip back slightly to be in line with the other hip. And then bend into that, come up, step it forward. Take 2 breaths here in mountain. And let go of all that tension now. We'll work on the other side, so we step the other foot back. Bend into that front knee. Make sure you can see your toes. Lunge. And we're going to come into that lunge twist here. One hand to the chair. Whatever knee's forward, that hand comes down. We turn towards that bent knee. Reach back a little, maybe hover the other hand. And back. Notice how I use the chair through the transitions here. Hand to the chair. Other hand turns to the back. We twist in the lower ribs. And then we come back to our lunge. One more time here. Staying steady and strong. And back. And then we'll bring the hand down, drop the back heel down, straighten that front leg, and come into pyramid. Draw the energy up the back of this leg, pulling the hip back slightly. So that movement of that front hip is, for me, about a half an inch, an inch. It could be less. All it does is it creates more tension in the back of the leg. See if you can feel that. And then come up, bend into that knee, step it forward, and come to our mountain pose here. And breathe in and breathe out. Let the tension go. We're going to come back into the chair now. And we're going to work with the hips a little bit here. So we're going to take one foot, step it out to the side. When you do that, you step it out far enough to create tension in the inner thigh. And then as you lift that foot and bring it back in, you release that tension. Let's stay on that same side, out and in. One more. Now we're going to leave. I'm going to come forward a little bit so my feet are nice and anchored. I'm going to step that same foot out to the side. And then maybe place a hand there or your forearm ever so gently. And we're going to lift the ribs up and take that top arm up over our ear. And we stretch once again into side body, creating a little tension. So we've got a little tension in the inner thigh. We got a little tension in the opposite ribs. And then we release it back to center. Let's do that again. So this hand or this arm is just barely touching that leg. And we reach. Tension, release. One more time. Tension and release. Release it down. Step that foot back and in. Other side, out and in. Out and in. Keep it out to the side. Maybe come over to that side a little bit so you feel the tension in the inner thigh. And let's take side angle here. Reach, create tension, release it back to center. Inhale and reach. Exhale, back to center. So we create the tension with the stretch and we release it, strengthening the muscles, using those rib muscles here. Back to center and release it down. And let's step that foot back and in. Sitting tall here, let's take a couple cat-cows. And when you tuck your chin, you create tension in the back of the neck. And when you come up, you release it. Very nice. Let's roll the shoulders here. And roll them back and down. And we'll finish off our short practice today with creating tension mindfully just by squeezing. So let's come on back and we'll start at the feet this time. And if you can, lift your arches. Now, if you have shoes on, you might not be able to do this or you might not feel it, but think about your arches rising up. Your heels stay down, your ball of your foot stays down, and just give a little lift through the bottoms of the feet and then release it. Now let's squeeze into the glutes again, tighten the legs. This time squeeze the legs together and exhale and release them. Squeeze them and release. So you're working this whole area in the hips, inner thighs. One more time. Good, very good. And then we'll create the tension squeeze in the belly and release it. Lower abs, lower back, Release it. Inhale, exhale, squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. And then inhale and release it. Let's bring our arms to our side. The shoulders come up towards the ears. And as you exhale, you release them down. Let's add the fist. Squeeze the fist. Rise up. Exhale and release it down. One more. And then rest the hands, rest the shoulders down your back. Let's open our mouth and release the jaw. And release. Squeeze the eyes and release. Squeeze and release. And now take a breath. Fill the body. Sit tall. Exhale and release it. Do that one more time as we close out our practice of using tension to strengthen our bodies. Thank you for sharing your time and joining me for Chair Yoga Plus. See you next time.